Hello, pre-calculus folks. This is Mr. McAllen, and now we're working on how do you plot a fully developed cosine function with all four coefficients. So we just did a video in the earlier lesson about working with sine. So if you didn't see that, please look back at the video earlier in this playlist. And now we're going to work on our second example, plotting a cosine function. First thing again is to plot the a, b, c, d value. The a value was 3. The b value, the frequency is 2. The phase angle is negative pi. And this time our d value, which is our our midline shift, is equal to 1. So after we plot those, we graph the midline, and the midline is always a graph of what the d value is, so y equals 1. So I'm going to draw a nice line here for the midline, and it's going to be y equals 1. I want to now draw my up and down amount. Since it's 3, I'm going to go up 3. I'm going to do a construction grade line, very light. So I go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to draw a nice light line 3 up. And then I'm going to go down 3. And draw a nice light line down by 3. Remember, this is the midline of our function at y equals 1. So I'm just going to write midline on it so that I know that this is a line where I'm going to put my tick marks. I don't want to put my tick marks on the x-axis because that may lead me to confusion as far as graphing this. So we did step 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to find the starting point. The starting point is going to be equal to, again, I take 2x minus pi, what's inside the parentheses, set as a 0, and when I solve, I get pi over 2. This could easily be done by just taking the ratio of the negative c value over the frequency value. So my starting point is going to be pi over 2. So I'm going to just mark that as this point as being pi over 2. Remember, that's on my midline. Now I'm going to find my end point. That's the next step in the problem. The end point is equal to the starting point, which is pi over 2, plus my period. Period is equal to 2 pi divided by the b value. It's always equal to 2 pi divided by the b value. In this case, the frequency is 2, so my period is just pi. Solving for my endpoint is going to be pi over 2 plus pi, which is 3 pi over 2. I'm going to go find a point about 4 tick marks away. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to call that my endpoint, 3 pi over 2. And now I'm going to subdivide the x-axis 3 times. Now remember, if you don't have graph paper, you have to do this. But because I have graph paper, I count out 4 equally spaced ticks from start to finish. And here's where my first one will go. My second one will go in between. The third one will go in this interval. So we have 4 nice evenly spaced intervals. And that's all I need to draw a nice accurate picture of my cosine function. Last part is draw the cosine function. Remember, cosine follows a pattern. Just like sine had its pattern, cosine has its. And this pattern means you start at the max, you go to the mid, you're down to the minimum, then you're at the mid again, meaning a midline, and then you're at the max again. So I want to follow that pattern. So for cosine, I'm going to start at pi over 2, but I'm going to be at the max. Then the next tick mark, I'm going to be at the middle. Then I'm going to be at the minimum. Then I'm going to be back at the mid and back to the max again. Remember, draw your curvature because you got to show that it's concave down on the ends and concave up. And now this is one cycle for the cosine curve. What happens if I wanted more cycles? You just continue to add tick marks, the same spacing, and follow the same pattern. So you would just follow your patterns, highest, middle, lowest, middle, highest, and then you could draw your next function in if we asked you to do that. If we asked you for what this value was, you would add one more period to 3 pi over 2. So you'd be adding an amount of another another pi to that, and that would end up being 5 pi over 2. You have to make sure that you know how to add fractions with radians to get those values right, but that's basically what you have to do to get the drawing of the next function. Hopefully this video has helped you understand how to draw the cosine function. It's so similar to drawing the sine function that the only difference is how you actually draw, start off the cosine as opposed to the sine function. Make sure you watch both videos, and if you have any questions, please comment.